Hachette Audio presents A Crown for Cold Silver, written by Alex Marshall, read by Angèle Masters. For all my fellow barbarians. Part 1. Of Mortal Wishes. Friendship is the daughter of virtue. Villains may be accomplices, but not friends. Francisco Goya. Subtitle to Quien lo creyera in Los Caprichos, 1799. Chapter 1. It was all going so nicely, right up until the massacre. Sir Hachotte's cavalry of 200 spears fanned out through the small village, taking up positions between half-timbered houses in the uneven lanes that only the most charitable of surveyors would refer to as roads. The war horses slowed and then stopped in a decent approximation of unison, their riders sitting as stiff and straight in their saddles as the lances they braced against their stirrups. It was an unseasonably warm afternoon in the autumn, and after their long approach up the steep valley, soldier and steed alike dripped sweat, yet not a one of them removed their brass skullcap. Weapons, armor, and tack glowing in the fierce alpine sunlight, the faded crimson of their cloaks covering up the inevitable stains, the cavalry appeared to have ridden straight out of a tale or galloped down off one of the tapestries in the mayor's house. So they must have seemed to the villagers who peeked through their shutters anyway. To their colonel, Sir Hachotte, they looked like hired killers on horseback, barely possessed of sense to do as they were told most of the time. Had the knight been able to train war dogs to ride, he should have preferred them to the 15th Cavalry, given the amount of faith he placed in this lot. Not much, in other words. Not very much at all. He didn't care for dogs, either, but a dog you could trust, even if it was only to lick his balls. The hamlet sprawled across the last stretch of grassy meadow before the collision of two steep, bald-peaked mountains. Murky forest edged in on all sides, like a snare the wilderness had set for the unwary traveller. A typical mountain town here in the Cutumban Range, then, with only a low, reinforced stone wall to keep out the wolves, and what piddling avalanches the encircling slopes must bowl down at the settlement.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?